There has been a lot of reaction to what Alberta Premier Danielle Smith unveiled yesterday. The proposed legislation is called the Sovereignty Act Within a United Canada. Smith says it will be a constitutional shield to protect Albertans from federal overreach. Critics say if there's any overreach, it is by Smith herself, that the act would give Smith and her cabinet extraordinary powers to bypass the legislature. Our Ottawa Bureau Chief Mercedes Stephenson is following this. Mercedes, why is Smith's Sovereignty Act raising red flags? What's in it?
Well, Donna, despite the name, it actually has nothing to do with Alberta separation, but it does introduce some pretty significant and exceptional powers for her government. The Sovereignty Act would allow the province to direct police and government agencies to disregard federal laws that it deems harmful by the Alberta legislature. But the act doesn't really say what harm means. It could be used, though, for example, against things like implementing gun legislation or, as Premier Smith noted, the Emergencies Act. And while the rhetoric on all of this is around targeting Ottawa, the reality is that it gives Premier Smith and her cabinet tremendous powers, allowing them to unilaterally override the Alberta legislature and rewrite bills without putting those bills back in front of MLAs for a vote. Constitutional law expert Eric Adams says this kind of change is unprecedented.
I'm not comfortable with the executive possessing that power outside of some very rare circumstances, like, say, an emergency where time is of the essence. There's really no justification that I can see that would justify the executive possessing that power under this bill.
The bill has created fractures inside Alberta's UCP and among federal Conservatives, too. Former Premier Jason Kenney has called it nuts in the past. And last night, he sent a clear message resigning as an MLA, saying he is, quote, concerned that our democratic life is veering away from ordinary prudential debate towards a polarization that undermines our bedrock institutions and principles. Donna, there are questions about whether this law is constitutional. It, of course, has not yet been tested in front of the courts to see whether a premier and cabinet can, in fact, overrule a legislature and simply rewrite bills.
And Mercedes, the point of the act, obviously, is to stand up to Ottawa. What is the federal government's response today?
Well, Justin Trudeau isn't committing to challenging the act, and he also isn't condoning it. He's likely trying to avoid antagonizing the large number of Albertans who might really not like his government, but also might not be big fans of Danielle Smith. Here's what he had to say about it today.
We're going to see how this plays out. I'm not going to take anything off the table, but I'm also not looking for a fight. We want to continue to be there to deliver for Albertans. There's going to be things that we agree with that government on. There's going to be things we disagree with them on. And my focus is always going to be constructive in terms of delivering for people right across the country.
At the end of the day, this isn't about Justin Trudeau's political future. It's about Danielle Smith's. She's the one who will have to face the electorate in Alberta in May. Donna?
All right, Mercedes Stephenson in Ottawa, thank you.